entire screen. I remember we hovered over an orchid, and you couldn't see the circle. It looked glitched. Like, you can just orchid from halfway across the map. It's insane.
Well, we'll see if they can make it happen here as we are going into this game number 1. OG facing off against GAIMIN Gladiators. One team going to be eliminated in this lower bracket semifinals. And already a quick run, a smoke up, and trying to get down those wards quickly.
I'm happy that we get to see NMR Timber this game. I'm just super stoked when I see that first picked. A lot of teams have been doing that for like the last 2 tours of DPC. A lot of the reason for that is because of people seeing how OG had success with it. So this guy, I mean, he's the dude to watch for how do you pop off on Timbersaw?
Well, right, and so often in this tournament, it's just been banned against them in the first phase, been taken away, opting to run for it, and of course the Seb Wind Ranger that has just been all over the place here. But again, the 2 teams going at it in the early goings. Is there any laning matchup to you that feels like particularly dangerous? Obviously, like the Monkey King Timber thing is always something you got to watch for.
Yeah, I think laning matchup is that's a great question, and it looks like both of the teams are well aware that these lanes are very important. Amar already starting towards the top lane. There's a lot of people sitting around mid, so there's going to be lane shenanigans. This might end up being one of those games where the supports actually get a lot of the levels because the cores are just running between the lanes.
And Monkey a little bit faster when he switched into that courier form. Already starting with the Calling Blade, and looks like Bounty Runes? Well, are they going to try and get a little bit aggro here? Boom, takes a good chunk of damage. Boundless Strike, and the body blocks coming out from Tofu means Taiga takes a ton of right clicks there at the beginning. Yes. Forced into the early south.
Yeah, and this is Taiga that's running into this off lane with the troll, you know? Basically, he's playing the 5 position here. You have your carry in the off lane. You're going to need to ferry him a bunch of salves, so I think we're going to see a courier getting a salve pretty soon.
I'll be coming out very quickly, see if we can get any courier snipes there as well as in the mid lane. BZM already trying to do a good job of getting out the denies. That was a range creep deny there that came out as well. Mar up top, facing off against Ace, so at least this matchup a little bit better, can throw out that Whirling Death and hurt Ace a significant chunk of damage there.
Yeah, this is a dream lane for Amar. Also, Timber is an excellent answer to the Enchantress. The creeps don't do anything to the reactive armor, to the degree that Amar even just starts with the Whirling Death just to pressure. Like, he might even go, 2 points in his armor this game because his lane goes so well. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself here.
Already off to stack up those camps as well. Needs to get the D-ward if they did end up blocking him, but should be fine. Dyrachyo down bottom had a little bit of a frustrating performance for himself in the early goings, particularly against that TSM game, but has made a little bit of a comeback since then and has been putting on a really good performance for this young player.
Yeah, he's been feeling himself. I remember in one of the interviews he said, like, I basically messed up in that Monkey King game, and I need this next one to go well. Like, just don't focus on the last one, and just make sure that going forward I play really well. And he has been. He's been popping off in every game. That CK game, I think he died, might have been 0 times.
It's pretty good, at least as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it was a flawless game from him.
Already again, not a ton of harassment that gets leveled out against that Timbersaw, sitting top of the mark in terms of the CS. And down bottom, Yuragi trying to keep the pressure on the Dyrachyo whenever they can, as that pull gonna be sent the whole way through and grabbing onto those creeps afterwards. Will be Celery on the edge, and Yuragi, that's fine here as well. Takes some damage actually, the Boundless Strike, a couple more punches, and Taiga is gonna have to come on in and try and play a little bit of interference.
Yeah, this lane down here is such a tough lane for GAIMIN Gladiators. Troll, traditionally a counter to the Monkey King. I remember when Monkey King was being picked a lot mid, people were going Troll against it. Also, speaking of OG, Thompson was playing that a lot. You just Whirling Axes him, and none of his Jingu stacks even matter. Even if he gets to 4 stacks on you, it just doesn't matter. And Bane's also a right-click type hero.
Yeah. Yeah, very frustrating. Again, the flip side of that is that Taiga not able to get any of those early creeps right now, just has the Cloak Aura, which isn't going to be that helpful against the pure damage and everything else that's coming out here.
Yeah, Taiga, he's looking for the plus mana creep and the mana burn creep. Like
that was so nice. I love that creep.
That would be insane with the Troll. You have these like small, nuke abilities that you want to keep spamming. It's like that's a Troll's dream. It costs so little mana, but Troll also lowest in-game hero in the game. Like he needs the regen for sure.
So far, so even across all the lanes. The only one that's maybe a little bit behind is that Troll, but both teams looking really solid. And Amar, having gotten through what could have been like a little bit of a tough lane stage against that Monkey King, is very happy going against the Timber. So this lane setup, at least so far, feeling like it's favoring him.
Yeah, OGs, they're stoked about this. I mean, Seb basically gets to have the most fun video game ever because he's got a Timber in the safe lane that is never going to die now, at least until, you know, 7-minute mark or something like that. So Seb can go stack, he can go, you know, help the bot lane, he can go mid, secure runes, he can do whatever he wants.
Jump down bottom, Taiga under a little bit of fire there, and the Boundless Strike coming out. Can he get away? The Troll actually able to get the mischance in, and that kept alive their doom. So very well played again. The players covering each other. And Ratio, be a little bit careful too. If that Troll gets on top of you, he might die. And they're gonna pop the south and back out again.
Yuragi, during that, he got like 6 stacks of Fervor onto Duraccio, so he just felt like he could keep right-clicking there. The ability only doubles in terms of attack speed between level 1 through 4, so it's a very value ability at level 1, if you do get enough right-clicks on someone.
Yeah, it's super nice, definitely. Boundless Strike a little bit off the mark there, but still getting some good CS on this Monkey King right now. 21-5 versus 17-3. And Damar, he was sending out that courier, ends up getting taken away, and Taiga actually getting a little bit body blocked there by the creeps. Means they can't go in, and instead they're going to go into Taiga a second round, and Ratio gets first blood, and Yuragi might be next as they run him down bit by bit, but with the mischance, it's going to be enough to get him away at least. First blood. He's having fun.
GAIMIN Gladiators, man, they're just playing really well on this lane. Like they're just doing the slow outplay harass. They're, you know, the Troll Whirling Axes can only come out so much. It's got a cooldown on it, so when that's on cooldown, you can go for the play.
See there as well, that camp being blocked out. So boom, gonna need to retreat back to the jungle and farm up other places. But don't worry, he can farm wherever he wants. This hero's insane. Ace takes some extra punishment there. Amar now with the 3 points in the reactor.
He's pressuring so hard here.
Yeah, this is scary for Ace. He's got to be super careful when that level 6 comes out. I mean, it gets really dangerous for CK.
Yeah, he's having such a good game. He's even just 2 points in Whirling Death. He doesn't feel like he needs the defensive Whirling Chain because, like, who the hell's going to kill him right now?
No, nobody. So again, power shot down bottom, but they are keeping this creep wave in a really good position for GAIMIN Gladiators bot. And Taiga, he's just decided to head out. Heading over, trying to secure some runes here.
Yeah, here we see the classic Enchantress rotation to mid at 5 minutes. This is where you expect to see both supports from both sides dueling it out here. You don't want to lose this mid tower. You don't even want to take too much damage on the mid tower, although they do let the catapult die.
Yeah, and weren't able to get any extra pressure on there, so Taiga pushes back towards mid, and GAIMIN Gladiators won't be able to actually take down that tier 1 tower mid at all.
But we do know, you know, what Stellar likes to do. He might head back to the mid lane at any point, although opting to head bot into the jungle, grab another creep. Oh, that's the good one. He's got a nice creep.
Oh, he's saving it for later. The Dark Troll Summoner is
can't get it.
Camp.
Yeah, you need level 5 now to get that, unfortunately for him.
So, again, 6.5 minutes, only 1 kill so far as, well, maybe there's going to be another one here. Seb trying to run away. Yuragi is there. Boundless Strike to slow him down. A couple more punches is all they need, and barely getting away from that one. Seb able to survive, and BZM makes the rotation, and not quite sure if he's going to be able to get in and onto the rest of GAIMIN Gladiators. There's up top, they got level 6 on Amar, and this is what they've been waiting for. Pull him back in, Whirling Death, brings him down. And down bottom, maybe more action. The toss away, tries to get him out. BCM keeping Yuragi alive for the moment, but it's just going to be for a later death as they take him down too.
I can't believe on the bot lane with Stellar, he just sends the Centaur over casually, and it ends up putting Yuragi in this really bad situation where he really had nowhere to go. They did like a 4-way pincer attack there between the Centaur and the heroes that they had, and ended up taking him down.
Solid move. And GAIMIN Gladiators are a 2-1 here as they will go for a stun. Ace making the rotation bottom and maybe gonna find a kill. Oh, looking for the hook stop, does find it.
Oh, wow, okay.
Gallery, cool moves, and up top as well, more action coming out, and Boom is also gonna fall, so OG striking back in good turn.
Wow, that is the last thing you want to happen to your mid-coddle. He's got 63 last hits, top of the last hits right now, and he just goes top and feeds Amar. And the reason Amar's diving so aggressively there is, number one, he knows he's not going to die. Number two, the only hero that can deal with him right now is the coddle. That's it. So if he kills the coddle in lane, what do? This feels so oppressive right now for GAIMIN Gladiators.
What you do is you lose your tower. The top one goes down. Amar on this Timber Saw. There's a reason people ban it against him, and it's showing up right here. This game number 1. Celery does make the move over again, doesn't quite have the ability to take that Dark Troll Summoner yet. The nerf coming in clutch. And we will see over the next couple of minutes if they can get him some more levels and start evening this out again. Still a very back and forth game.
Yeah, you know, given how the lane setup went, I think for GAIMIN Gladiators, you're definitely supposed to lose if you let those lanes go as they did in terms of you don't rotate anybody. Oh, Celery.
Yeah, in some trouble there. The sleep though. Tofu keeping back the Tiny, and then the Timbersaw comes through, does a world of hurt. And again, struggling to come up with answers for right now. I mean, again, the silver lining is that they've been able to keep Yuragi down pretty low on this troll.
Yeah, there's going to come a point where Yuragi needs to just basically have some me time for like, at the very least, like 5 to 10 minutes in this game. Because Duraccio, he just had a 2-level advantage in the carry v carry matchup. Like, that's not good, especially when you're troll versus the Monkey King. It's tough.
So again, back to farming for a little bit here, but the big hero that I'm still just going to be keeping my eye on this entire time is going to be Amar, if he can make any move. But the other one is BZM, making the move through the jungle. The smoke is going to break. They find Ace. Don't have an angle, though, for a shackle or any extra play, so can't get the kill on him. Jump. Draghi. Ooh, just gets out of there one, actually.
BZM at 10, they're almost there.
Moving, trying to get him. They find the Monkey King. Ragi's still beating into him, and a couple more punches. That's how you get your troll back in the game.
He was baiting. It was all a bait. He's sitting, he's holding the skill point in Battle Trance. He wanted to be low HP, so they would go on him there. Very smart from OG so far.
Making all the moves together that they need. And you can hear the crowd feeling it right now. The movement and OG keeping it back. The constant pressure and then putting some on themselves as well. As that edge creep is going to get taken down. They do have a catapult mid. See if Amar wants to make a move with this.
But Lyrical, this is the wall that the panel was talking about. You can't push with an Enchantress. You can't. I mean, there's very few heroes in Dota that you can push against a Timbersaw, especially at this caliber. He's super high level to the point. Like, his game is so good. He's going for Kaya first. He's not going for the Sanjin first. Sanjin Kaya. Is he going to take the stack, or is he just stacking this?
I mean, I don't know. That's an interesting question.
I feel like it's Amar. He's about to take the stack. Although Yuragi could definitely use it.
I mean, I would be super down. He's going Maelstrom. This guy can take it now with the Chakram.
I want to see how greedy he is. He's taking it.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
I'm the carry now. All right.
Top of the net worth. And yeah, as you said, I mean, this does present a little bit of a danger, right? If he dies with that, like, Kaya before the Sanj comes out, he is maybe going to be a little bit more vulnerable. But I guess the game has gone so sort of poorly for the other cores that GAIMIN Gladiators might not be able to kill him anyways.
However, with that being said, GAIMIN Gladiators, they're making good trades here, you know? Yeah. While Amar is taking the stack from his carry, they actually end up taking the safe lane tower, which Amar could have TP'd in potentially and defended. So it looks like OG, they understand they want to lose. They're fine with losing that tower. They have grip, don't they?
Yeah, they're looking for this one. A lot of TPs coming in as well. Taiga drops the tomb, actually. A turn for a big fight. Do they have enough for the kill? It looks like the shackle enough for the finish. Goes for the denies, but does advantage. Unbelievable. So Duraccio will go down there. The nice play coming out. The kill onto the Monkey King.
And while all that was happening, Yuragi took the bottom tower, so it's not just a kill on the carry, it's also OG's carry getting some free farm and taking a tower.
So state of the game right now, 1,000 gold lead for OG. Do you feel like there's one team that's more comfortable at this point in the game, though, with the way that it's been going?
Definitely OG, definitely OG. I think having Amar in this like kind of pop-off state, they're very used to this. They know that he's gonna make a ton of space. So even though Yuragi's game has not been going exceptionally well so far, they know that this is gonna give him some time to come back. And Troll is one of the few heroes that can actually man up versus a Monkey King in the ult. Like, it's a pretty good counter, which is why they picked it, despite Troll not being the strongest of heroes.
They do manage to hit there on the scan, Radiant keeping Duraccio alive, and he does manage also to get the Primal Spring out. So yeah, he gives a little bit of a smile there, feeling himself after he's able to dodge that gank. And afterwards, down bottom, Yuragi just going to farm up this next round, and which means a creep wave coming into the Monkey King as well.
Yeah, GAIMIN, I mean, GAIMIN's doing their classic playstyle where they just have Celery in these like crazy positions where if you go on him, you're going to feel stupid. It's like, yeah, they're getting a kill on an Enchantress, maybe, if you get a stomp off like that.
Nice play, the stomp to get him out. And yeah, I mean, they go on him, doesn't manage to find any kills.
All the cores of GAIMIN are just farming right now. And it's just like, come here, kill my Enchantress. Like, see what happens. They do this all the time. They love this. Celery's just a space creator.
Ace. The one that the space is made for, at least on the CK. They clear out the top side, get some room for him to farm up, and again, the pop and the Phantasm to farm, it's what we've seen time and time again.
Yeah, he's ulting off cooldown this game.
Wait a minute, are they making a move? Boom! They run on in. Taiga is going to hide behind the tier 2 tower, so despite the big rotation top, it does not look like GAIMIN Gladiators will find a kill onto that Doom.
So Boom does have Spirit Vessel right now. They could possibly kill Amar if they can get a good smoke onto him where they actually, you know, get him with grip or something like that where it doesn't get canceled. He could potentially die in the next few minutes here, and I think that's what you're looking for if you're GAIMIN Gladiators.
And of course, getting the extra farm up on Dyrachyo, who just finished this Battle Fury as well. So the Kaya Sange done, and next queued up for Amar is going to be that Lotus Orb, which we would anticipate trying to get in towards the things that keep him alive against that Spirit Vessel. But that might mean that we just sit around a little bit longer for GAIMIN. We'll see if they try and make some type of a move with the other 4 heroes besides the Monkey King.
I want to go back to the question you asked earlier about who's okay with going late game, because I think the Troll versus Monkey King matchup is no BZM is going to do toss back here.
Toss back Celery. Will that be a freebie? He gets the heal off. No, he's just going to walk away. God, the engine's so annoying to play against. Amar moves in, but can't get there in time to get any extra punish.
I feel like teams at this point are afraid to try and kill Celery.
Yeah.
Just because they've watched so many other teams just be baited by him.
Well, speaking of being afraid, Taiga definitely needs to be as they jump forward and kill him off. So another rotation secures a kill, 5-5, 15 minutes in. And Celery runs into Amar there, stealing farm away from the Timbersaw.
Yeah, Taiga was trying to finish up his Blink Dagger there. He just needed one more wave and he would have had it, so that delays the timing for them. He really wanted that for the next fight.
And you can hear the crowd. Any little moment that they have a chance to, they're going to get into it there. And eventually, the other thing that's going to happen is the Enchantress will take your mid tower. Just keep running creeps at it constantly. BCM comes on in to farm it out. But afterwards, they do manage to get that mid tier 1 tower.
Yeah, they're just poking a little bit on the mid lane. I think maybe they're trying to do some Hurricane setup into the Fiend's Grip if the opportunity presented itself, but didn't exactly OG. They're playing pretty safe. They see the Spirit Vessel timing. They respect it. They're not, you know, playing his balls to the wall as we saw earlier, right, so to speak.
And I mean, that's another good point to make is that, like, both of these teams at various points, it feels like Taiga gonna have to hold that thought here. Asleep, do they turn this into a kill? As you mentioned, he does have the grip available. The 2-second stun pulls him back in. Avalanche Taiga, is he really gonna get out of here? A little bit of help from his mid, and Taiga manages the escape.
Man, Avalanche is just such a good ability now, actually. Just the fact that it's this perma stun. BZM was also in the area. He had the toss back if there was going to be some sort of re-engage, so he was ready for the double save there. He didn't need to do it though. Just an Avalanche is enough.
So again, what I was saying is that both of these teams at various points, it feels like, have struggled maybe a little bit with the nerves, and both of them have managed to overcome it, and that's why they're in this position right now, the lower bracket semifinals. So both teams trying to play a little bit conservative here with their movements, not overextending. We'll see if that trend continues here in this game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like a fairly normal game of Dota. Like with a lot of the land Dota that we've seen in this tournament, it's been just like fighting nonstop. But both of these teams, they seem to have nerves of steel here. We'll see how long that lasts, because one crazy fight and all of a sudden everything, you know, blows open. But for now, yeah, they're looking chill.
Again, clears out that mid wave. GAIMIN Gladiators keeping it close here. They do have a smoke going to head out across maybe to the top side of the map here. Ace pops.
They're going to go Roche.
Ulti, and this is a bold play. This as the smoke is coming in right now. We'll see if they get away with this one. OG,
they're walking right by. They're going to get Tofu, but
I mean, if he dies for the Roche kill, this is perfect. So the Avalanche toss play goes in. Tofu's still living Nightmare, and then the eventual power shot for the kill. But again, down bottom, Roche is going down. This is the bigger objective for them, and Ace Celery going together in to take this down with Dyrachyo. I don't think OG knows.
They're not even going to try. I mean,
oh, they have no idea. Power shot, oh, it's just barely off the mark, but they get the Aegis. And now maybe ready to fight for this one. They gotta jump away. OG in a precarious spot, even without the bait.
That was a very interesting call from GAIMIN. They just understand that OG, they're doing their best to avoid the timing. I don't know if it's the vessel or they just feel like they can't fight at the moment for some reason, and they just walk in and get a free Roche. The timing was very convenient too. Like the moment that OG pops that smoke to go into their own jungle, GAIMIN Gladiators make the choice to go take Roche.
Right, and imagine if that movement that they had for trying to go for the kill was just a little bit off.
Roche, yeah, exactly.
This game looks completely different, one way or the other.
Right, like if the smoke accidentally pops in front of Roche, you're like, what the hell? They're Roshing. Yeah. Because you don't expect that. There's no Roche taking hero on GAIMIN Gladiators. I mean, CK, I guess, like, yeah. It's not the best. It really isn't.
Big moment there as GAIMIN Gladiators able to secure themselves an objective, a BKB done for the Monkey King. Yuragi still trying to get into the Manta, it looks like, as well. And I mean, what do GAIMIN Gladiators want to do with this Aegis now? Is it just buying time? What's the plan here?
I think they're more than happy to farm. They've got a Battle Fury Monkey King. They're against Troll, and like I said, I think Troll wins that matchup if you're even on farm, but with the Battle Fury versus a Maelstrom, I mean, the Monkey King's obviously going to have the advantage there.
Right. And likewise, you know, looking at the rest of these heroes, the Tiny hasn't exactly kept up to the same degree these other heroes have in farm. Now, that's sort of mitigated by having the Doom in the game, who obviously Taiga's going to be able to pick up a lot of net worth along the way as well, but it's going to be something to watch for. Tier 2 tower, down bottom, going to be taken, and likewise some extra pressure up top from GAIMIN.
I think the reason why BZM's farm is not super high this game is just because he's been everywhere. Like he's you know, running to the side lanes, like constantly doing these saves on his teammates. So it's like he's been very active, which is what you see more often than not on these mid tinies, and then eventually you scale into the late game. But when you have a Maelstrom carry on one side and then a Battle Fury carry on the other side, often it feels like there's no farm on the map.
How it goes. Well, and we've reached the 20-minute mark. No rush, 20 minutes about to be broken. We'll see if they run at each other a little bit here as a couple Blink Daggers got picked up as well. Moves on in. Oh, the angle. Yeah, did it to him there. Can they clean up a couple more of these kills? Dyrachyo's in pretty deep, but who's Amar? The Lotus Orb keeping him fine. Avalanche rustering. Catches on it too with the hook stomp afterwards. The combo is there, and Dyrachyo pops the BKB, trying to turn this for his team a little bit. And it is going to be too quickly dead on OG with the buyback coming from Tofu. So a little bit of an overextension after the solid initiation.
Yeah, losing their carry there. I mean, that's the last thing that you want. I definitely understand the play to try to go for a boom. We've seen in a lot of these games, if you don't go for the mid coddle on these engagements, he just gets so many rounds of spells off that he destroys you 1v5 almost. So like you have to jump for him, but at the cost of your carry, that is rough.
You can see this replay here. After the good initiation, it all went down.
Where did this wrap around? So
I mean, they were looking from the side. It was a good blink in there from Taiga again, but Dyrachyo with the turnaround couldn't get the ulti off in time as we're back in the real game again. Dyrachyo turns onto Amar. Avalanche toss. Caught with the sleep switch back the other direction. Tofu unable to help his team as much. Another shackle coming out from set. The game where actually pushes him just out of range, but eventually get the Aegis. What more is left in the tank? Ace turning, punching BZM, but Dyrachyo in trouble. Another combo comes out, and OG, they strike back. And they find more Celery. Very strong on the edge, but not nearly strong enough from all the damage coming out. Another kill for Amar.
Seb is just making this Windrunner look like such a good hero. The crowd is going crazy.
They're feeling it right now.
I mean, this guy, he's supposed to be retired, but he just can't help himself but play good Dota.
One last ride, as they say, but 3 dead, and we'll see what they can get now. Mid tower goes down. Ragi fully back online on this troll. And at this point, at least, very still close game. But it can turn on its head in a moment.
It is so interesting watching how Seb uses the Windrunner. Like, if you can hit a shackle like that, and then you use the Gale Force, it kind of feels like a tossback or like a punch hook, you know what I mean? It's like if you are good at hitting the two-man shackles, it's like you're punch hooking two people into your team. It's the same thing that we've seen happening with Tiny throughout this whole tournament, is how valuable repositioning is in a team fight. Like, this looks fine for GAIMIN, and then all of a sudden when the shackle comes out, and then the pullback, it looks horrible. They're just so far out of position. And Boom also wasn't there, he had TP'd back, so that's always a great time to fight, when the mid-coddle is gone.
I knew I was going to be able to count on you to find a way to talk about Pudge in this series, because they sure as heck weren't picking it.
Well, they're not going to pick it, so, you know, you got to find a way.
True enough. 8-11. Again, the pressure going to be mounted, and Tier 2 towers taken means both of those outposts controlled right now by OG. Blink Dagger done on that CK, trying to get into the BKBs. That's been the big timing that we've been talking about this entire tournament. When teams get it, they start to put the clamps on the entire map.
Yep, and Ace, he will have it very soon if he goes for the Echo Saber disassemble, which I assume he will.
And right now, he's just going to be going for the kill on Celery, who eventually does go down. They bring a couple more of those cores along, and Amar just continuing to slay heroes. 6-0-3 on this Timbersaw. He's had a great game.
Yeah, that was just a freebie kill. And anytime you see an Enchantress die, especially a Celery Enchantress, you're always just waiting for it to last, you know, 30 seconds, then all of a sudden it's not worth it. But if it is an insta-kill like that...
Oh, boy! Had the vision, they are prepped and ready, and Duracio going to get punished here as they roll him through, go for the finish. The Tinker Lords, they're paying off even when he's not in the game. Out of his seat.
Yeah, I mean, he was looking for them, but it turns out they were looking for him first. It's, you know, Tundra, I remember in DPC, they picked this Timbersaw into Monkey King because if you can catch him in the trees, I mean, you clear trees, right? So you can take him off the trees, not that we saw that there, and you also just do insane damage if you're surrounded by them.
Taiga was so ready for that one. Sets up the ward. The ward was placed by Taiga too, he just knows.
Yeah, and then Amar, look how much damage this does. Being surrounded by trees, like that's the one thing that's been buffed about the timber damage in the last little while is the whirling pet that does so much damage.
Slight lead being opened up now by OG. And a scan, Dire, hoping to find somebody in their triangle. They weren't able to connect onto any of those heroes there. But again, Seb playing with the Timber as they're going to retake this outpost and then try and put some more pressure on the map. God, he is so freaking farmed.
Yeah, he's huge. 7-0-3, and the top, also top level in the game by 2 levels. That's insane. Like, this is why people ban Timber against this team.
Duracio, in the meantime, trying to get into the Aghanim Scepter. A little bit of an unfortunate death for him before. We'll see if he can make, you know, his presence felt in this game. Obviously, you get these levels up on Monkey King, and things look very scary. But they're going to move in again. Pops the BKB, and, I mean, I don't know if that would have been a kill anyway, so a nice little bait out there.
Yeah, just a bait. We saw the exact same thing happening in the last series. A lot of these teams, like...
Toss, back, they in trouble. Shackle doesn't latch, he gets the ulti off, backs away, trying to kill BZM. Still so much damage being dealt by the Timber. And OG, they're just running away with it now. Toko's got to get the heck out of here. Tries to TP out, will he be able to escape? Oh no, not happening.
This man has nerves of steel, dude. He's ice cold, bro. Oh yeah, Amar Timber. This is he's just spam pinging the tier 4.
So ready for this one, and right now GAIMIN Gladiators, they gotta buy more time because it feels like it's completely gone the other direction, and again they find him. They baited out the BKB before to kill him now with the Doom, giving him the high fives over the top of each other. OG are feeling very strong at this point.
Yeah, that all goes back to the BKB bait that they did earlier. So well executed. It almost seems like teams are abusing the fact that people are playing on LAN and they don't want to be the one that gets caught out and dies. You bait that BKB and then you just get caught out and die later.
All right, and OG, this is a growth for the team, personal growth going on right here. The previous LAN that they played in, they had a lot of trouble, struggled through it, and it feels like they've come back ready in this tournament to just run away with the game, the series, the whole tournament completely. We'll see what ends up happening. But right now, they're looking very good in game number 1, and GAIMIN Gladiators, they got to make a recovery. What's that avenue for them? How do GAIMIN Gladiators put the halt to this?
Oh man, Toby goes down.
Oh, no.
I was literally clicking to him because I was thinking like they've got to get a grip off, right? Like they've got to grip somebody in some catch-out position where they're not expecting it. Have we seen a grip this game? It's been.
There might have been one early, but it's not been able to be a connection.
No, but he's got the big boy Philly, so you know, Ether Lens on the deck, so he's ready to get that up. But yeah, it's going to be like some overcommitment from OG where they dive like crazy, which could happen, or you know, picking off a Mar on like a side lane. It feels like they need a big kill right now. They can't just go for one of these supports. It's got to be one of the cores.
And as we say that, it's going to be a smoke together. Now they do ping out the Roche pit, and the scan goes green right as they're heading out towards it. Will they find Lamar right at the start? Dragi's there as well. Can they kill him off? He's already got the Lotus Orb. No Fiend's Grip available for them. The pullback tries to take down Tigan. This would be a nice kill to start it, and they will get him. Duraccio up on the high ground. What else are they looking for? Oh, there's a big avalanche after the shackle. Do they have enough damage to bring down the monkey? They do! And just like that, they turn it again. Nothing is free in this game for GAIMIN Gladiators.
These shackles are just way too good. I mean, he's hitting the right heroes every single time. I mean, that wasn't a double shackle, but you hit the carry, and it gives just enough time for Amar to ult to zero him, essentially. And Amar has the network that he can do that.
And like this, they're going up to high ground. OG feeling the momentum, feeling the crowd, and they are ready to take this one down, just tossing Amar triumphantly in the air as they're going to get the first set of racks here. 29 minutes in, 14,000 gold lead.
For the record, Toss does do some building damage, so at the very least, I know that was a bit of a flex, but he's, you know, flexing in a way that still helps Siege. So that's
always.
Yeah.
Well, again, GAIMIN Gladiators, they got to find another way back in, and the unfortunate situation is it feels like every fight has just gone really rough for them, and now they actually are going in to try and clear up that Roche. And this is going to be another Aegis into the hands of OG. Well, I guess the first one went to GAIMIN Gladiators, actually, so they get this one at least.
All right, and we get to see BZM. He's going for Aghanim Scepter on Tiny, which just got buffed. A lot of people have been asking to see this one.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it now slows with the tree throw slow, which is 25%, so we'll see how good that looks.
That's pretty awesome. I was not anticipating an Axe Tiny to die.
Neither was I.
OG definitely feeling themselves. We'll see if he fully commits to it. The Timber Saw is keeping up Moonshard.
Yeah, you cannot trust. You can't trust OG and what they have in their quick buy.
Okay, good to know.
You know, given that they have succeeded the previous roster, they had to find new ways to BM.
Right.
And they do that through the quick buys.
Always the innovators.
Among other things, yeah.
So the top tower gets taken by Iragi. The rest of the team smoked up, heading into the dire triangle.
They see Ace.
Yeah, and this guy's in a lot of trouble there. Shackle almost able to catch, but then the avalanche goes to go for the BKB TP out, and they just bring down the Doom. No messing around.
Nice little prediction there from BZM, knowing, you know, basically the exact blink location. And Taiga was ready too.
Yeah, they're all over him this game. They do have enough gold now to pick up the Hex on the Coddle, though. So that at least is going to give them some extra bits of control. With Celery trying to escape, but will not be able to make it. Amar, another kill on this absolutely beyond godlike Timber Saw. Yeah, it has not looked particularly close after those first couple of minutes.
Oh, they caught Boom.
They got him again. Oh, the Kato in trouble. The Gale Force, where are you going, old man? Mar gets him, and they clean up another kill. 9-23. They're just going for another lane of racks. I don't know if GAIMIN Gladiators have anything left in the tank. Nothing has gone well for them over the past 15 minutes.
I don't think they can stop this without Boom. He's the only tower defense that they can use against Iragi.
And just like that, they're going for the tier 4 towers. OG feeling themselves. And GAIMIN Gladiators, they got to come up with an answer here, but they're just beating away at these buildings. The crowd will cheer them on, trying to end this game. 45 seconds, no Coddle, the Gale Force. Oh, not even the fountain is safe as they get the shackle on the ball. Mar trying to take down the Wraith Pack. They turn now. Celery lived through a lot of it, but Duraccio, will his ulti be enough to keep him alive? I'm not so sure. They turn, they bring him down. Another kill coming out as they find the finish, and well, the grip is not going to be enough to keep him alive. One by one, they fall, and OG to take game number 1.
PG Okay, well that was quite the game. What a shellacking. I don't know. I feel like you just can't give Amar Timber.
You know, I think other people came to that conclusion before. We know for sure you can't give him Timber. OG across the board just put on a heck of a performance there, and Yuragi, you can see he's feeling himself. Big old flex there off the back of it.
Yeah, that was...
Been a great series so far. Want to see more of it. We'll see what happens. I also think it shows like a ton of trust in this young player. Again, we spoke about it earlier. Had trouble at the beginning of this tournament, started to pull it together and put on a good performance. We'll see if he can do it again. Already the tips, they're coming out. They're gunning for him.
The tips are coming out in every which way, dude. There is so much drama between both of these teams. They played together so much during the DPC. Amari's got beef with pretty much everybody in the world from pubs. Apologized to Matthew in the previous series. There's a lot of storylines going on here.
So much storylines, so much personal growth. It's what you want to see in this game, and a bunch of young players that are sort of making themselves felt here on the biggest stage that we've got, and already heading on out towards those mid lane. Boom, just gonna high five off to the side there on that tower. But yeah, things again that we want to keep our eyes on. We talked a little bit about the matchup against the Razor. Amar obviously incredibly comfortable on this hero, absolutely loves to play it whenever he gets an opportunity to. How do you think that lane's gonna go?
I think this lane should almost always, I mean, you pick the anti-mage to counter this lane, but I feel like I've said that before about Amar Razor, and he seems to do pretty decent on it no matter what. I mean, you can always max Q on Razor and, you know, just push out the lane, but it is an anti-mage plus Grimstroke. You can blink with the Ink Swell. That's pretty devastating.
Be dangerous, but look at that. Taiga making the move, and OG, they get 3 bounty runes.
Bit of a snipe, a little bit of sniping action there. You know what else I'm excited for?
What's that?
Yuragi, being Saitama from One Punch Man, he is playing Wraith King. Of course, Mortal Strike coming out. We could see him one-shot somebody in this game, so that's what I'll be looking out for here, Lyrical.
Who's the one-shot? What's the one-shot you're looking for?
Who's the one-shot? Let's see.
If it's the AM, things have gone wrong.
That's going to be pretty rough for the boys on gaming. Probably Tofu.
Okay.
Probably Tofu. It's the Grimstroke. Let's be real here.
Fair enough. So watching down here on the bottom side, already a lot of battling between Celery and Seb, trading hits with the Windrunner, and then of course the heal, Nature's Attendance, that Celery's already taken and used one time, but you can see some good pressure being mounted now onto that Wraith King. Get the last hit, he's got it. Ace on it. Braccio, trading punches there, forces back Taiga and using the Battery Assault also already. The real battle is going to be who ends up, you know, dealing more of this damage, and then of course there can be those courier snipes there. And speaking of which, almost takes down Yuragi's courier.
I think in this lane, Yuragi, he's perfectly okay if Seb is sitting in the trees trading with the Enchantress. Mars plus Enchantress, you cannot possibly conceive of a more difficult lane. That's a rough one. Lots of kill threat there.
So much to watch for. And up on the top side, we'll see if Tofu can find any of these openings here. With Taiga already a little bit low on mana, does have mangoes. Things can get a little bit spicy if they hit level 2 pretty quickly here. As mid, so far 6-3 versus the 4-6 there on the Tiny. So a good chunk of denies. Wow. Both just focusing on that.
Yeah, that's a lot of denies. I mean, Tofu, I don't think either of them really do anything to each other. Taiga being totally out of mana. He does have mangoes to work with, but a little bit dangerous. He's a little too low for that action.
Now might need to try and dodge away. Throws out one more stroke of fate, and did that cancel the salve?
No, I mean it secures Boom the Rune, so.
Oh, okay.
I mean that alone, it's very impactful. No bottle for Boom, but still, it's a rune.
So an Avalanche, forcing back BZM again. And again, the big thing that I'm looking at is both carries not having the best of times. AM got a couple of denies there, but Wraith King only 5 last hits right now. 2.5 minutes into this lane. You said this one was going to be tough. We're seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, Yuragi can... is there going to be a... Nah, they're not going to... The wave is too far out.
Jeez.
Celery just cannot stop killing couriers. I feel like that's the only reason that he plays Dota. He just loves killing animals, which is funny considering that he's a vegan.
Absolutely, and Seb now gets brought down. The Mongol, they're gonna spawn and they go the Hurl Boulder. Quick finish. Celery's having an amazing tournament.
I feel like you just can't give a mark. Yeah, I'm surprised teams are letting Enchantress through versus this one.
Hey, Iragi, maybe in some trouble. Do they have any more
Ace has no spear. He's 0-2-1.
Okay.
He's playing to farm in this lane.
And he's doing a great job of it. Top CS in the game, keeping the Wraith King pretty far back and constantly being a threat to him. This is feeling like an impossible lane for Iragi. Meanwhile, up on the top side, Mar manages to get the link off.
Dyrachyo blinked already, he's dead.
Yeah, and just gonna get killed. That is not the way it's supposed to go. And Amar, on another hero of his that gets taken the first phase, he's just owning it.
Double kill.
He's gonna be able to find it. Keeps chasing for more, why not? Oh, this is gonna get better, and Iragi down bottom will get punished. So, both safe lanes not going as intended.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're more comfortable with the disaster lane being the Wraith King lane, though, just because it's a hero that can actually go jungle with the skeletons, right? But with Anti-Mage, there's not so much of a recovery. Like, you usually pick this hero to win lane. It's not like he jungles quickly by any means.
Well, he is certainly not doing that. Mar 20-8 right now versus the 13-5. And Dyrachyo gonna need to play a little bit of catch up here. Maybe they can make something happen on the Taiga. They got the Ink Swell. A couple more punches are gonna come through now, trying to finish him off. But no, instead, gonna get caught there in the cause. Does not have Blink again. Dyrachyo dead, and it might be another. Topo's gotta get the heck out of there. Scratching his head, coming up for answers, and there's just nothing on deck.
Yeah, it's one of those lanes that on paper, it should be so strong. Anti-Mage post Grimstroke, you have the Inkswell combo, but the problem is the Blink is such a long cooldown that Amari's just got all this physical damage coming out.
Roggy gonna get clapped, gonna get chased. Ace trying to pick up a little bit of the pieces here, and they do manage to kill him off. Celery gets the kill, and it's worth noting that both of those kills were off the back of trying to get aggressive up top. They were trying to punish the lane if they could with the Blink being used early, and then they punished that aggression.
Both safe laners in this game are 0-2-0 and just having a miserable time.
You're just so happy, Mr. Offlane over here.
This is great. I love watching this. I love watching anti-mages die. Well, Wraith King, not so much, because you know he's just going to go jungle at some point, which I would imagine is going to happen pretty soon. As soon as Ace is level 6, like, there's no laning here. You're going to get ulted. You're going to keep feeding.
Yeah, Amar has more last hits than both safe laners put together. That's a problem.
Oh my god. Every safe laner in the crowd just winced.
BZM gonna get punched a couple of times here. Celery wanting to make more action happen, and will get the Arcane Rune. So the Hurricane afterwards, and then gonna be forced to use the Dissemblate.
All right, that was almost a really sick Hurricane coming out from Celery. I feel like he's the first guy that I saw use that effectively, the Hurricane ability. Going up and down hills and using it to like kind of force stab people in. Should
note, level 4 right now on the Anti-Mage, trying to stop the struggle, but the struggle will not stop. Blinks back, 10-second cooldown means he can't even really come up to the lane again. Like, Marge is here, he's got a catapult. This is a ton of damage onto that tower, and Celery will try and escape. A couple more punches, has the hoof stomp, keep him back, and Dyrachyo in the meantime also forced to run away. So they're even denying him the jungle, kind of, on the Wraith King. Doing everything they can to shut him down as BZM finds Celery, taunt, pull back in, gets the finish.
Yeah, there's the punish, and that's just a solo kill as well, so it's not one of those situations where Celery is making like a crap load of space by having, you know, 4 heroes chasing him around. It's just a freebie for BZM to come over and get that kill, and Iragi needs the help. He heads mid, he's just gonna free farm there because either side lane he's gonna die in, just like Tofu might be dying right now.
That's right, Taiga on the job, finds him, has the Inkswell to try and escape, stun, comes out at the last second, Amar trying to run him down afterwards, and just barely on the edge. Did the calculations, the calculation comes up with Tofu dead.
Dude, Amar is feeling himself today. Every time the camera goes on him, he's got like this slight smirk on his face. He's just loving life right now. Playing one of his favorite heroes. He gets countered, he still owns the lane. That's the dream.
3,900 net worth on this Razor with the Falcon Blade, Wraithband, Treads.
Tower dead as well.
This is the dream start right now for this Razor.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing too is Amar went for max plasma field, so it's not like he's sacrificing his farm to have a game like this. And, you know, pressuring with the static link. Both of those kills on anti-mage, it was just with level 2 static link. So he's gonna free farm up in this top area.
It's really dangerous, thinking about what this means for the rest of the game going forward. Ace now will find Seb, and goes for the pushback, has the spear. Is it enough damage though? Shackle trying to live. Oh, just barely gets brought down. Boom, able to get him in the end.
Yeah, that was a DD tiny tree, so lots of damage coming out there.
So a nice little movement over, which means no TP out afterwards for Seb. Well, the Wraith King gets a little bit of me time. And again, GAIMIN Gladiators, after a little bit of a frustrating laning stage for the AM, they're going to get together, take down this bottom tier 2 tower and try and open up the map.
I think this move makes a lot of sense. Like, you know, it could look like there's a lot of heroes committed to taking this tower, but they secured the last hit for Dyrachyo. And this is an anti-mage versus a Wraith King. AM cannot go jungle like a Wraith King can, so you need to make sure that he has a lane to farm, so you have to take this tower. Just commit everybody and get it, because, you know, now they can split up and farm just fine.
And this is the type of game as well that it takes a ton of mental clarity to not just sort of be freaked out at how far behind it feels like they are, at least in terms of those head-to-head matchups. Again, in terms of the net worth overall, it doesn't actually look that bad. It's 1,000 gold separation. It's just we know that potential of the Wraith King to catch up, whereas AM's going to need to get into the Battle Fury first. And yeah, there's a long way to go.
But, you know, he is having a good time down here. He's alone. You know, in terms of the enemy team. In terms of his team, Boom is actually sitting there kind of debating him a little bit, protecting him.
EZM gets another taunt, looking for the dissimulate out, but couldn't take off the silence first. Now Taiga diving behind the tower. They are going all in on Tofu, and Boom gonna be there to clean up the pieces afterwards. So a little bit of an overextension by OG gets punished by GAIMIN Gladiators.
Yeah, Tofu being the literal calmest guy on the planet, he doesn't freak out and panic there. He just kind of chills. He just walks away. Like, you know, what are you doing? There's a bunch of creeps here. You're not going to get me. As long as he doesn't run into the clockwork, he knows that he's fine there. There's TPs that can come in.
And again, Celery wanting to push down this tier 1 tower mid, using the creeps to tank it and continuing to just pummel away at it. No reaction coming out right now from OG. And that sets up for some pretty solid pressure with this catapult there. In the meantime, Dyrachyo continues to farm down bottom, so the last couple of minutes starting to look a little bit better for GAIMIN Gladiators.
Yeah, GG, they're playing the map really well. They have their heroes in a place where Dyrachyo can actually come back on a hero that should be struggling right now, but let's see, what's the net worth looking like? He's doing okay, he's doing better than Mr. Wraith King is.
So again, Taiga moves on in, being hounded by this, oh, maybe the Hurricane to push him away afterwards. Celery trying to escape, not gonna happen. No way out of that one. Nicely played by Taiga to secure the kill with the hook shot.
That was very close to being super cool though, like force-staffing over the high ground, or not force-staffing, whirlwinding, I should say, over the high ground. You can see what he was going for there. You know, it's a classic Celery, walk into the enemy jungle, survive because of some crazy creep play, Centaur stun or Hurricane across the high ground, but no, he goes down this time. It was a pretty big commitment though, it's like 3 heroes, so.
Yeah, and of course Dyrachyo gets out afterwards, making sure that you're tanking the gank again for your carry. He is really low in the jungle right now, needs to be careful about his movement. Oh God. I don't think it would have been enough for the kill. He actually doesn't have any in the magic resistance.
That may have been enough, actually. That's 50 damage. Yeah, he would have died.
Oh, heads up play there.
And that would have been pretty insane from Seb.
Oh, good to play by Dyrachyo. Has the Ring of Health coming to him now as well. Round 2. Has to be careful here. Yeah, Seb's just going to catch the wave, and though we're going to be back out it again. But regen rune gotten by Boom in the mid lane. And Dyrachyo moves in with Celery, always helping his carry, giving him the nature's attendance.
See, the advantage, though, that OG gets from this is that... Can they kill him? I think they can.
They're trying to. Celery's there. And power shot.
He's not level 6 yet.
Nice little catch there for the kill. And Dyrachyo keeps on farming, so another death for his core.
But Seb is free farming down here too, right? I mean, he's a position 5. He's not supposed to be farming, but because Dyrachyo's here.
And towards the bounty rune spot, and they do get the kill on a Taiga. So another trade. Ace gets a little bit of separation there with the spear, trying to get his team out of there. They have the arena down, hiding away. Does have a TP to escape it. Oh! Amar comes in clutch again. Another 6-0-0 scoreline for the Razor.
Yep, and he's level 11. The next hero in line is level 10. He is higher level than the mid laners right now. Like, it's just another Amar game. He's just popping off again. I don't know if it was the Timber. Maybe this guy just woke up and he was just ready to play Dota today.
Just need to ban him. That's what needs to happen.
Is it because he apologized to
Matthew? Yeah.
Is that
probably
what it is? The moment that Amar becomes PMA, he just unlocks and becomes God mode? Oh my
playing
God.
with weighted clothes the whole time.
What are we gonna witness?
Good stuff here. The last couple minutes are an indication. Shackle, just for cool moves. Just practicing, you know, for a little bit later. Oh, Dyrachyo, hook shot in. Oh, Taiga, he found him and tries to get away. Will Dyrachyo escape? BZM can't quite get the sight on him. And again, another hook shot there and making this anti-mage uncomfortable.
Yep, pushes him out of this bot lane that he was totally free farming in. One cool move by Amar that he just did there was that he like ran towards mid in ward vision, where it made Dyrachyo feel like, okay, well, the way that he's running towards mid, there's no way there's a smoke gank coming to me, because he'd want to stick around to help out, but he just says, no, I'm going to run towards mid, and it made that not obvious. But the flip side of that is he's not there to help secure the kill, so they don't have enough damage to kill there.
Well, and again, those types of movements away, it's still, you know, GAIMIN Gladiators keeping it somewhat even. The other thing to keep in mind is that it's been constant moves by OG that have been able to find punishments, but there's been counter kills that have come out, and now trying to face Celery. Can they find him? Yes, Taiga push back in, gets the silence, no battery assault, no cogs for now, and they won't come at all.
All of these smokes that have happened in this game so far, like very high level the way that they're executing them, running Celery up with the creep. What are you gonna think when this guy's been in your jungle the entire time, just dying with creeps and messing with you? You're gonna think he's alone, right? But no, that time he wasn't. However, it's only Taiga that dies, so it's really not that big of a deal for OG either.
Celery gets jumped, tries to get himself out there with a little hurricane, and won't be enough. Amar gets another kill. Now, I will say, if this guy ever dies, this is going to be a ton of gold going back the direction of GAIMIN Gladiators, because he has gotten pretty much all of the kills.
Well, you say that, Lyrical. He's got his BKB flying out on the courier right now, so...
Oh, no.
This is a really solid timing for OG.
Yeah, 7 kill streak right now on this Razor, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to punish before that BKB comes out. This game is starting to look very hard for GAIMIN Gladiators. They're incredibly strong on OG.
I love the move from Yuragi to show up to this tower push too. Just use the skeletons to tank for the tower, tank for the catapult, and he's also got the armlet to line up with the Amar timing with the BKB.
Yuragi takes some damage there. Amar toggles it all away. Taiga opens up. There's the hook shot. The link immediately cogs pushback. Beautifully executed, and Ace didn't get a chance to play Dota. Yeah, the Gale Force afterwards in case they needed it. This game, everything is going OG's way.
Yeah, Taiga's been doing a really good job. Like every initiation has been from him, and he's also been soaking a lot of smoke ganks. One of the reasons that I think this OG lineup works with 3 greedy cores is that Taiga makes so much happen in the game. He has the value of like 2 supports in terms of the stuff that he does. It looks like they're gonna find Celery here.
Yeah, running away, gonna go some body blocks and the eventual rundown. Now, that being said, there's gonna be some creeps hitting the mid tower. They might be able to take that in the meantime, but Celery just has to make as much space as possible. Pops the heal, runs them all the way back to the tier 3 towers. They will get that kill, but can they get the mid tower? And we'll have to keep an eye on it.
He gets the mid tower from that. Okay.
Yeah, that was good.
Not worth it. Not worth it for OG, that one. That was a cool play from Celery. That's very nice. Like, he just distracts so his creeps can take the mid tower.
Yeah. So, still a 2,000 gold lead now for OG. And Ragi going in for the Deso next. So, next couple of minutes, where do you see them going? Because it definitely feels like OG is the team that's, like, directing the pace of this game, right?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely are. They're playing up against an anti-mage. Dyrachyo, he needs probably... I think with this Manta, you can start showing up to a fight, maybe try to mana drain Yuragi and get a kill, but you're not really looking to like actively show up to stuff. It's more like if the fight's happening and it already looks good, you'll defensively show up. With that 3rd item, we're going to see a lot of action coming up from GAIMIN Gladiators, but until then, it's up to OG to get the most out of the map that they can. Like, Roche is the next objective for them for sure. They want to get a pick and then take Roche.
Watch for that, and of course, pressuring out along that bottom lane is going to be the name of the game for GAIMIN Gladiators. As Ace, again, trying to hold on to that mid area, keep the creep wave pushed out, even though they don't have the mid tier 1 tower. Amar going to head towards mid as well and start to group up with the rest of his team.
BZM, he just completed the Aghanim Scepter on Void Spirit. You have a lot of heroes that don't like to get silenced right now, and are there any BKBs even remotely close? Okay, actually, there's a BKB on Ace. So he rushed the BKB, which I think is definitely the right choice in this game. He's not looking to be the one initiating right now. They're making space. They're just farming.
Yeah, you can see that 6 minutes faster than average, and that's just because of how important it is for this game for them to actually be able to have somebody that can stand in front and soak that up. And likewise, that one's just faster because he's been playing really well on BZM. He is so farmed.
Yeah.
But we'll see where they go for it now. Ace, they reveal him underneath that rocket flare. Taiga, smoke breaks. Are they going to go for an opening there? That's a little bit scary of a fight, but if BZM can get a good silence off. Braccio, down to the creep wave. Amar looking for an opening, spots Celery. Are they going to jump on these guys? It doesn't look like it. They don't like the look.
Yeah, OG was kind of baiting Amar there, but because Ace has no Blink Dagger, it's really just Boom that's going to do any sort of initiating. But in that situation, yeah, there just wasn't anybody to go on Amar. I think it was a good bait. Nobody was there.
Now, GAIMIN Gladiators, the smoke is going to break on Yuragi. Ace does not want to open up on that Wraith King. Dyrachyo is grouped up with them also. Maybe trying to bait out this anti-mage, but no such luck. So this awkward dance in the mid lane ends with, OG saying, fine, we'll just go Roche. Oh, what? Hookshot onto the creep. A little bit of a misplay there. That might not be the initiation they want. Double knockback. Catches onto both, and just like that, BZM is dead. Elmar does have the full link now onto Ace. Tries to TP out, but he won't be able to escape. Tofu backing away with Celery in tow. The stun is there. Toss back. Trying to keep alive, but it might end up with Boom being dead. Thanks, well, will it be enough? There's still so much damage there on that Razor. Jump forward, Dyrachyo taking the game first. Barely gets away from that. Off HP and the power shot. Oh, they had got him on. One down.
What the hell was that? Oh my god.
Avatos round 2. They go in for 1. They'll kill Seb. Stun on the Wraith King on his way out of there. Tofu TP's away. Just absolute chaos mid as they won't be able to run down this Tiny.
Taiga just in the back line slowly goes down to Celery. Those skeletons, they're powerful.
It's a dangerous thing to watch for. And, well, I mean, OG, maybe they spot an opening there, but the creep just in the middle of him.
Yeah, Boom, he goes in for the save and then gets forced out by his support, so definitely worth it. The power shot hitting here, I think, is very important. Otherwise, I don't know if it's enough damage. He's got the magic shield, but Amar is just there. He feels immortal in this game. It's another one of those games where he just has so many items that it takes too much to kill him currently.
He's feeling himself. Seb, ever the sportsman, and now the Gale Force used connects onto Tofu. Silence will not keep him alive. Beyond godlike, 11-0-1 on the Razor.
And he's building Sanjin Yasha. He's got his full Sanjin Yasha. He's a carry. Like, he's going full carry build here. Sailing into the late game, so, it looks like a great anti-mage game. Ooh, almost.
Good juke. I'm coming over that direction, and they're able to back away. But in the meantime, OG, this opens up Roche for them. Nobody to come on in and contest this one. It comes maybe a little bit later than they would have wanted, but still 21 minutes.
Okay, BZM's gonna take it, I see.
Boom. Gonna get the blink out before the shackle or anything else latches. So 3,000 gold leads. Sanjin Yasha done for this Razor. He is just a monster.
It's funny that you have 2 cores on the side of OG that are so huge that you can give the Aegis to the lowest net worth one. Because you just feel like Amar's never gonna die, and then Wraith King has a respawn, so he's never gonna die, and if he does, he respawns.
Ace, spear, breaks the link. They're still on him, though.
He doesn't
down. Yeah, he's in trouble. Tries to back out of there, but there is nowhere left to go. Ace does a little jukey juke, but eventually gets brought down. Another kill.
He was afraid to TP because the hook shot. He didn't realize that it was just barely on cooldown. And Taiga, the way he was positioning, like, it made it look like he was trying to go for a hook.
That's heads up play right there. Very nicely done. though. A 4,000 gold lead. Manta finally done for this anti-mage. They haven't lost a tier 2 tower yet. There's a lot of pressure up on the top side right now by the Wraith King. Do you think that they bought enough time, or are like GAIMIN Gladiators really feeling the pressure right now?
The next fight is definitely very important because this is the one that anti-mage has is Manta style, Dyrachyo. He's going to feel pretty comfortable showing up to the fight and not just instantly dying. The problem is, BZM, he's got Aghanim Scepter on Void Spirit, so you have 2 silences. So you can actually catch him after the Manta style, and that's why the 3-item timing looks pretty solid in this game. But still, if there's some high ground push, if there's some push where OG overextends, you can show up with AM, and he does actually do damage right now.
Well, this is a good way to start it. Toss back all the way to the tier 3 tower, and if they can get this first life out here, this is huge. Dyrachyo is there, Taiga trying to play interrupt the Gale Force. Silence there onto 2, the BKB already up, but he doesn't have the arena. Boom, trying to get away. Amar just draining Ace, all his damage. He's in trouble behind the tier 4 towers, trying to give him a high five in the well dang near. They just can't get away from this man. Amar too strong at this point for the buyback. They want to punish this. They want to find a pick off there and avoid not nearly enough damage. Amar just walks away, the arena down, round 2, but the stun is out. He doesn't have an answer. There's no BKB left. They find him for the kill. Amar finally goes down. Dyrachyo gets a ton of gold and manages to escape. Power he's going for it. Trying to escape, get out of there, but it's not going to happen. BZM, the hunter, brings down the anti-mage.
I mean, that was an insane, just an insane dive from OG. But Amar, he's got, that was an 8-second BKB, so he felt confident that he would kill Ace in the time that he had up on that. Also, the Gale Force from Seb again, it looks so disruptive in these fights. Like, it might literally be glitched. Like, there's gonna be a patch that fixes this because it's just, it looks too strong. At least Seb makes it look strong.
This guy knows something. An incredibly dangerous hero, but they just burn the Aegis for nothing. A rare mess up there by BZM, ends up getting caught in the mid lane. Now, that being said, there was still 1.5 minutes left on it. Not sure what he would have been able to get done in that time. But they find a little bit of a reprieve on GAIMIN Gladiators, although OG, they're still sending this a 7,000 gold lead and trying to control more of the map.
Yeah, this dive, I mean, look at you're just pulling the backliners directly into the fight. What do you do if you're a little Grimstroke or a Lich or some hero like that and you're just getting thrown into the middle of the fight with your tanky strength cores?
You die.
It's like, well, shit, I can't take the same damage that they can. Look at the numbers on the HP bar. Mine's very small. Okay, phrasing on that.
Well done, Jenkins. Seb liked it too, yeah, absolutely. Eyebrow raise. But yeah, 25 minutes, and they're just playing like defense right now. That's all GAIMIN Gladiators are doing. 3 heroes wrapped around the AM, making sure that he's free to farm.
And they're doing a good job staying in the game. They really are. After how the lane went for their anti-mage, he's making his way to that top net worth slot. He's got a Battle Fury, so you are going to eventually apex a hero like Wraith King or a Razor. Scotty timing, that's definitely something they want to look out for.
Down bottom, Mar runs into Celery. Nice little pick off for him there. Force Staff trying to escape, goes for the enchant afterwards, but the rest of the team shows up. And they find the Enchantress yet again. Silence now onto Dyrachyo. Has to blink away, can they find him? Heisen off to the side and gets taunted, pulled in. They find the angle, they find the man. Dyrachyo dies again.
63 seconds dead. I mean, this is going to be the entire bottom lane, minus the barracks. You're probably going to get a tier 2 for this if you're OG.
They're so strong.
They're very strong. In anti-mage, it's at the point where Dyrachyo's supposed to be showing up to these fights and absolutely popping off in an ideal anti-mage game, but OG has just been so oppressive for the entire game. They're not letting him farm anything without pressuring him or killing him.
I mean, they know what happens if this hero gets out of control, and that's why we've been seeing, with the exception of the tier 4 tower dive, very measured aggression, and now trying to really put the pedal to the metal. See if OG can put the clamps on this game number 2 and eliminate GAIMIN Gladiators. Next couple of minutes will be very decisive. No.
He's looking.
Spots him. Oh, it's not good when all the cores have to run away from the 4 position, but that's just Taiga things. As Ace, Ranette has to pop the BKB, TP out. Does not have anything to break it, but it was close.
Yeah, once the hook shot comes out, you know you're perfectly fine. No Wraith King Bash or anything like that. Very nice hook shot from Taiga, though, anticipating the spider legs over the trees. I mean, that was really cool, knowing that he would juke like that. But the moment you use the hook shot, Ace knows that he's fine to TP out.
Rocky, in the meantime, is going for his own BKB. Scotty still 2,000 gold away from it. For Dyrachyo, he's keeping it somewhat up with the rest of these cores, but there's two of them, and they're incredibly strong. And actually a third, honestly, but a couple that are on his level at this point, if not above it. AC, the next thing on the docket for Yuragi. If he gets that done, these buildings are going to melt even faster than they have been.
It is wild to me that OG has an offlane Razor and the carry Wraith King is the one building the AC. Because Amar, he has Sanj and Yasha plus a Butterfly. He's just a carry. He's not an offlaner, he's a carry.
And yeah, also going in for the refresher next if he can get that one in time. Oh, Dyrachyo. Hook shot just a little bit outside of range there. It's on the crystals. Couldn't get there in time. But yeah, getting close to this 30-minute mark, and the net worth lead is not growing at the very least. As Ace going to go for the TP out of there. Pop in the BKB, stun now into Celery. Dyrachyo continues to farm, trying to buy some time. He just wants his creeps. Even those are taken away. And Celery will go down as well. They have a ward on him. Can they hunt this anti-mage? Do they even want to? They know he's coming down here. Eyes on it, blinks off to the side, and I think Dyrachyo is going to leave that creep wave alone and then head for the next one.
Smart. Yeah, that's smart. I mean, he needs to wave cut down here. I mean, he has no TP. Maybe that's a little dangerous. The question is, how confident is he that nobody's going to be down there waiting for him?
Oh, Wraith Pack finished off now as well for Seb. And this team, I mean, we can't emphasize enough how much they've just been seeing constant growth from this entire squad. After some of the performances, they were looking good throughout the DPC, even better here. And when the nerves are at their highest, they're still performing incredibly well.
Does help to play with a two-time TI winner, I will say.
That's fair enough, absolutely.
Pretty good experience for them, I'm sure.
And not to mention the scale force that just makes everything easier as well. Boom. To back out, takes about half his HP in just one round of initiation. The tier 3 tower is being hit, but not quite enough. Spear back. Maybe an opportunity here, and Avatar's dead. Okay. Maybe OG a bit too far forward there. GAIMIN Gladiators takes the punish.
Yeah, they blink on Ace. He maybe could chase. Looks like OG a little too far away.
And that is Roche up now. I mean, do they dare walk in there? I still feel Dyrachyo. Finds Amar, forces out the BKB. Goes for the TP out, and now there's definitely an opportunity. Seb goes for the Guild Force, not gonna matter. Chase down all these heroes trying to take down the Wind Ranger, and another pickup. They decide to go back afterwards. OG's lost their mind, and I don't know if this is going to end up working for him. Yuragi drained all of his mana, and they just decided to give away a couple kills. Amar walks back in, tries to take down Boom. He's silent for the moment, and yeah, no BKB, nowhere left to go. In absolute no man's land, but maybe a chance here. Yuragi pops no BKB. TM is back in with the buyback, and it was looking bad for a moment, but suddenly they get a couple of return kills. Dyrachyo's down, and OG managed to turn that fight into a solid play for them. Ace hoping to escape. Does he have anywhere out of here? Spider legs trying to run out of there, but no TP. He's gonna have to blink. I don't know where he's going.
No TP from the earlier TP that we saw much earlier. I mean, I feel like Amar chases this endlessly.
Yeah, this is as much space created. Ace is still smiling. He knows he's dead.
Oh.
Another spear trying to get out of there. Ace is actually going to get out.
3 seconds on blink. He's got it. I mean, Amar is hasted. You have to be real careful here.
Run. Get away, little Ace. He's coming right out. Amar is bringing it down.
Oh,
and the plasma field. The chase is there, and Ace gets punished in the end.
And Yuragi, while this is happening, he just starts taking Roshan. And what a call that was from OG to do that there. I mean, that looked insane. You have no BKB on Razor. Your Void Spirit is dead. He chooses to buy back. You could throw the game right there, but OG, they're just confident that, man, GAIMIN Gladiators, they're not stronger than us. They can't be out of their base like this. Let's punish. And it secures them Roche.
Another Aegis claimed by BZM. So OG, they take the fight, they make sure they don't give up Roshan. Now they're looking for more. Hook shot in, finds himself one. Tofu tries to force staff, but there is nowhere left to go. This Gale Force way too strong. So a 9K gold lead, and the first rack's going to be taken down by OG. And I mean, GAIMIN Gladiators, they might not have any answers to this at all. Silence is out, BZM with the DD takes down Boom. 2 heroes dead. And Dyrachyo, I mean, he's got the Scotty, but there's just way too much tank here on OG.
I don't know what you can do right now. You have to buy back all of your heroes. It might be worth it to wait for Tofu. Maybe they start and then Tofu comes back just as the fight starts.
I mean, the fight is looking like it's already over. Now trying to get a toss back even further, but Celery, he didn't stay close enough to the fountain. They need him in the fountain, and they're not outside of it. Chased in, Amar's putting a wall in between of Celery. Dropping down, is going to die. The silence there on Dyrachyo, but they run in, try and clean up one. BZM dies, but it's only one time. And round 2, Yuragi walks in, takes down another 3. And at this point, Taiga will fall, but it's the only kill that they've gotten. It's not nearly enough.
Why was Taiga there? I didn't see what was happening in that fight. He's just doing crazy clockwork things on the back line. He's actually almost got BKB on Taiga, by the way, which is just the most insane thing I've seen. He has BKB, he completed it. It's the full BKB. What a monster.
Just loving what he's seeing right now. And OG are really absolutely killing it in game 2.
Yuragi, he heard the blink animation or something.
Oh, and Dyrachyo tries to get out. Oh, the Gale Force, where you going, mister? They got him there. The Shackle's gonna come out. And the kill onto the anti-mage. Taiga's feeling it. Crowd giving him some love. And right now, GAIMIN Gladiators struggling to come up with answers. OG, they know they're on their way to play in the final day.
There's no buyback for Dyrachyo. I think you have to let Megas go. I think you really do.
Walk in, silence there, Boom, trying to stop this incredible spree forward, and another Gale Force catches onto the side. Tofu's dead, no buyback, Am dead, no buyback, as they run in one by one. OG looking to close this game out here in a clean 2-0, as there is no answer. Buyback another time. GAIMIN Gladiators, they're going to stay into the bitter end, but that end is coming, as Celery will fall one last round.
Amar's in the fountain.
They 5 into there, why not? GG is going to be called, and OG are going to the final day.
What a game. I mean, this team has just looked better and better as the tournament has progressed. They woke up this morning to play, dude. I don't know. This was just an insane 2 matches from OG. It looked like they're on a completely different level. 21 kills on Amar in that game. We thought it was the Timber. It's just